Welcome everybody. I'm Jim Lettuce, your humble host. Greetings, lettuce heads. I don't know if you can hear me. Hold on, let the music play for a minute. Alright, that's enough of that. I'm trying something new. I'm going to play this music while I talk. I don't know if it's too loud though, because I'm trying to, I want better, what's the word? Branding. Because I used to have my intro, like I would have my logo and all this stuff. It's too much trouble. This is the Temporary Space Show. Welcome to the show. I'm your host. We're broadcasting live from TemporarySpaceStudios. This is the show where I like to talk about stuff, usually related to gaming and movies and technology. And I like to, rant and rave, and I don't want it to be this kind of reporting of the topics. It's more of a deep dive of me discussing it and mulling it over in my brain, you know what I mean? Alright, I think it's working. Let's turn the music. Let's see, now we can see how loud it is. I think it's working. Let's turn the music. Let's see, now we can see how loud it is. I think it's working. Multi-playback loops, no. There, we'll turn that music a little bit lower. Let's see how it is now. See how it is now. There you go. Just a little tiny bit in the background there, so it's not too silent. All right, let's get started. Let's just wing it. Now I forgot the hotkey for my screen share. I don't remember what it is. Oh no, yeah, it's 1. Aha! Oh, there. Hold on. There. Okay, so the first topic on my list is, well, I want to talk about the Xbox Series X gameplay, quote unquote. It was kind of, I don't want to say controversial, that's a bit of a strong word, but people were butthurt because there was no gameplay. It said gameplay in the title, and there was no gameplay. So, what I want to, hold on, alright, you can still hear me. Surprise, I don't have a team, it's just me, so you'll see some hiccups here and there. But one of the games they showed was Scorn, and this game looks, I almost said movie, this game looks crazy. Like, let's see, I don't know which one to click on first. There was jokes that it looks like Prometheus, like the set designer of Prometheus, and I think it might be someone who was on the crew of that movie worked on this movie, but it looks very Prometheus, especially this one with the heads. And this game is weird. It's like a survival horror kind of thing, and it's very, very trippy. There's a lot of sexual undertones, and there's this like phallic thing extended out. It was very weird, and I need to find a picture of there's like this hand, like it's really gooey and gross. It's very H.G. Geiger inspired. And in the video they played, it wasn't even gameplay, obviously. It was just like a rendered, proof of concept kind of thing. Oh, can you hear my poor computer? I really need to get a new computer. But it's really cool because like it showed like the thing on like he sticks it in his arm, and it's all bloody and gooey, and it was some kind of power up for the game, and they really take it Like, I'm excited to play this game. I don't know if I personally will like it, but I like... So it has like a first-person shooter kind of setup, but it's more of a survivor horror. It's not a straight shooter, and it looks really gross and weird, and I'm excited. I want to see where this game goes. I'm pretty sure there's some kind of demo out there, but it was like from 4 years ago. Oh, here's this is from 2016. So I don't know. We'll see how this game turns out. I just wanted to talk about it. It looks really trippy and weird and gross. So I don't know. I'm not sure how to feel about it. There's one where it's like this dude who's like in a... I wish I could find it. There, this. It showed this like... almost like a someone in a womb. It's very... Well, of course, that's what this first one was. Someone in a womb. It's very weird. Here's some more of the guns. So we'll see how that turns out. I'm excited. Now, what was the other... There's another game. There's a few games. I'm not talking about every game. I just want to talk about the ones that I thought were cool. So, Vampire Bloodlines. Now, this is Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. My buddy Ben, he talked a lot about this game. The first one, when it came out, I don't know, this was like 10 years ago. And people were very surprised that they're making a sequel, and it's all, you know, that it's happening. And it's basically like a RPG. This must be from the first one. It's an RPG where you play as a vampire, obviously. And my buddy talked a lot in depth about how the game was really, it was really good and deep, and there was a lot of options and the way you did things. And here's, look, you can tell by the graphics, it's a pretty old game. Look at those health bars. But this looks like a very new 2020 AAA, or maybe it's not AAA, it's like a high AA game. And it looks really cool. I want to play it. I want to make a vampire and customize him, and I want to see how, like, I like doing different playthroughs. I want to stream them. That could be very fun. And this is kind of like the character in the trailer. You know, your standard hot gothic chick with the choker and all. That's cool. I'm okay with that. I don't know who this guy is. Look at that mutton chop stash though. But it seems like RPGs, there's a trend. I think it kind of started with The Witcher, and Cyberpunk 2077 is leading the charge. We're going to see a lot more RPGs, MMORPGs, RPGs that have like more stuff to do, or RPGs that have online elements implemented. I know Cyberpunk 2077 has a little bit of online in it. They're going to add it later, not at launch. But I really want to play the crap out of this game. It looks awesome. You can tell, see the neon lights. Like, you can tell that CD Projekt Red is just trailblazing all over the industry. Here's another dude. Who is this guy? Who are these people? I'm excited to find out who these... This must be from the cutscene. I want to play it, but I don't want to strike, and I don't want to deal with playing a clip and all that. Here's another shot. I'm very excited. Now, we haven't seen much gameplay. We saw a sizzle reel, but, you know, we'll see how that plays out. These things, you know, it used to be a huge controversy. They'd play stuff at E3, and then a year later, it doesn't look as good, and that's just how it goes. So you know it's not going to look as good as the gameplay, but we'll see. At least, hopefully it'll look better than this. Like the sizzle reel they showed looked a lot better. But we'll see. I'm excited about that. Now, what was the other game? There's like a few more. Lots of properties. Oh yeah, this is another trend I wanted to talk about. There's a lot of this, like, maybe it's from, I don't know where this started, but almost all the games they showed, except for a few in this Xbox thing, they were all very dark and gothic, and you know, maybe that's the next video game trend. Maybe everything's going to be all dark and murky, just like Gears of War days. And I'm not sure how I feel about it. I don't really like it because I like to stream games on the channel that are bright and colorful. You know, that's how I like to... I say I would like to dress. I don't actually dress like that because I'm cheap. And most of the clothes I wear are like free shirts I've gotten from work and stuff. But if I had the money to do such things, I'd wear bright, colorful clothes all the time. I like bright, saturated colors, so that's why I try to stream those. But, you know, like, that's why I'm hesitant to stream games like Bloodborne and stuff like that. It's so dark, and YouTube does this thing where they everything looks so dark on YouTube. I don't know why. To the point where I put brightness filters on stuff when I upload. And, you know, speaking of Bloodborne, though, Jesse Ponington, creator of Gunrunners, check it out. It's a show on our channel. It's a hit show. We're making more episodes. We're filming a new episode like next week. He was telling me earlier, he's like, well, now that you got a face, because I finally set up lights and a face camera for when I stream, so you can actually like see my face. And he was like, now that you got the setup, you got to stream Bloodborne. And so I might do that, because he knows that I hate those kind of games, and I get frustrated very easily, and it's kind of scary, so it might be fun to stream that. We'll see how it goes. This will be after I do... Right now I'm doing a playthrough of Elder Scrolls, the Elsewhere, the 3rd chapter DLC, because I'm trying to get through it before the next Elder Scrolls chapter comes out, which is Greymore. They just dropped a trailer for it, actually. We can talk about that, too. But yeah, Bloodlines 2, or Vampire Masquerade, Bloodlines. I'm excited. See, I can't tell... It's a really polished quote gameplay, you know. The gameplay won't look this good. It's gonna look crappier. That being said, I'm still very excited. It's gonna be on the PlayStation 5. I'm gonna talk about that towards the end. That's kind of like the headliner topic today. We'll talk about how I'm very excited about that. It's gonna be a pretty powerful console. We'll get into that later. Let's go to the next. Here's another shot. This game does look really cool. Man, I sure hope my computer doesn't die. I gotta get a new one. I'm using like a 5-year-old laptop doing this. That's actually why I don't have a face cam for the podcast. I think my computer would just die. Alright, what else? There was another few... Scarlet Nexus. Now this is a game that I really want to... This is one of the ones they showed. I think it's an Xbox exclusive. This game is very bright and colorful. It's kind of like a... Everything is like a Souls-like game these days. But look at these colors. Look at how... I like how it's all anime, but also really... kind of trippy, but if it's too, it seems more like a not so much Dark Souls-esque, but more Devil May Cry-ish, you know, more of arcadey, and that's what I want. I want arcadey. I don't want Dark Souls. That's why I'm hesitant to play Bloodborne, because I really don't like those games that just punish you. But this game, it's super anime, it's super Capcom. I think let's see who the developer is. It's a Kinetic. No, that's... Who is the developer? There we go. Thank you, Google. Bandai Namco. Oh, I was wrong. I thought it was Capcom. But I think you can... change characters that you play. You'll have like a party that you can switch back and forth around, kind of like Devil May Cry or Final Fantasy, the newer ones. Ooh, look at this one. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this game. I don't know when it comes out though. Let's see. Is there even a release date? Tell me, Google. May. Okay, that's not crazy. Okay. We need a... I should have looked up like a description of the game. What is the story? Pre-orders. No, I don't want to pre-order. I don't really want to go. Let's take a chance. We're going to go to the website. I have my desktop. Here's the description. You are allowing all third-party services. That makes me nervous. Whatever. Okay. In a far distant future, Sonic, Harmony. I can't read. Discovered the human brain. Okay, so we got mutants. Extra abilities. Okay, so the main character. Oh, here we go. Take the role of Yuto Sumaregi. I don't know how to say it. So it's very Final Fantasy. He wants to become a soldier. Yeah, it's very cyberpunk though. We got Xbox Series, PS4. Oh, that's interesting. There's no PS5. So this is a straight PS4 title. Or a this gen title. They'll probably do like a PS5 re-release or whatever. Which is fine with me. I like that. Here's some of the video. I don't want to play too much. Alright, we have combat. Story-driven experience. I don't really believe all that kind of... It's a lot of, what's the word? Puff in these things. Because they want you to... they want you to promote the game, you know? Or they want to promote the game so you'll buy it. So they want to puff it up. Ooh, look at these bad guys. Probably going to be some epic boss battles. Very cool. But what else? There was another topic. Oh, I guess that was it. So that's all I feel about the few titles that they played. They had this one, but I can't remember what it was called. It's this game that was actually designed by one guy. Let's see if I can figure it out. Series X gameplay event first person shooter. What was that game? No, it was like they played this. The only thing that looked actual gameplay ish was this one. I can't remember what it was called. It was this one game designed by one guy, because the Unreal Engine has a node system where if you don't know how to do programming, it's like a visualization, so you can do it without programming. Now, mind you, this guy is like a graphic designer, so he had a leg up, but it's real trippy, and that was the first thing they showed, and it's like a first-person shooter, but you also have a sword. And is that it? That can't be it. It didn't have dinosaurs. It was more like future ninja type. And that was the only one that looked gameplay-ish. But it looked real polished. I don't really trust it. You know what I mean? I don't know what it was called. It has like a one-word title like Distance or, you know, Existence. It was something like that. I don't know. Let's talk about the Travis Scott thing. That's the next. Now I have a larger topic out of this. It's the future. Well, let's first talk about what happened. Okay. So they've had concerts before. They had a concert for this guy named Marshmello, who's kind of like, he's like Deadmau5, but family friendly. You know, he does techno. And he did a concert in Fortnite. You know, you could be in Fortnite and you would go to a lobby and like watch it play and you could jump around and do whatever. And it was kind of simulcast in multiple servers. And it did so well, clearly they were like, well, we can do this more. So Travis Scott did it, and there is no telling how much money he got to do this. But I want to show screenshots. The way they did it was different and cooler. In the Marshmallow one, it was like they had like a virtual stage and like screens, kind of like a traditional concert where, you know, let's see if I can find that real quick. Let's do, oh yeah, here's the channel. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Here's that show Gun Runners I was telling you. Check it out if you're not subscribed. We're trying to get to 200 subscribers so I can do a live stream of Detroit Become Human. But anyways, so what was it? It was Marshmallow Fortnite concert. Now this one was, see, it was a little different. They had like a traditional stage. And which is, I would have done that too, okay? But then they realized this is virtual. We can do whatever we want. So this time they had like a giant, you know, the artist is giant, and he was like stomping around the arena, like the world. It was very cool. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen, and I didn't even know what happened till after the fact. But like, this is the future of concerts, virtualization of everything, really. And I've been saying this for a while, but I'm very excited. I know they're going to do another big one soon. I don't know who the artist is, but I don't know, it's just so cool that you could do stuff virtually, you know? And that's what I'm trying to do eventually. I'm trying to set up where I can do like virtual vlogs and stuff like that, kind of like the way Project Veronica does. I don't know what you have to set up though. I've been trying to message random creators like in the comments and stuff like that, and trying to see like how, you know, what software do you need, what computer. I know I need a computer and a VR headset. Do I need a green screen? Like what software in tandem with, you know, it sounds tricky. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I will do that eventually. So there will be like a virtual version of me talking. Like the guy, let's look up this guy named It's a Gundam. He's been in some controversy lately. Hold on. I have to type. It thinks I'm looking for Gundam the show. I don't want to show like videos from his channel because I don't want to copyright thing. But basically, I'll just do. I can't show you Project Veronica either. But here's sort of it. See, he has like a virtual avatar and he talks over the video, green screen stuff. Here is one. That is so cool. That's what I want to do. So that's the future. Everything's going to be virtual. I mean, we're already doing meetings in virtual. People meet their significant other in virtual. So we'll see. I'm very excited about the future. Now, what was the Assassin's Creed Valhalla? Now, they talked about this also in the Xbox One. But I didn't mention it because I wanted to talk about it in its own little category, I guess. I just want to talk about, you know, how I feel about it. So let me see. Where's a good picture? Look at this dude's beard. I'm so jealous. Look at his braids and his hair. Oh, that's awesome. So some of the stuff they talk about, they have a camp system. It's going to be more like no. it's going to be more like the Red Dead Online camp system, where it's this kind of base of operations, and as you do missions and whatever, it'll slowly grow, and you'll have NPCs that you can, recruit that will live there and like run it for you and stuff like that. And I like that because there's a big mechanic where you're gonna, because it's not Vikings like in their own world. It's when the Vikings started invading Europe, which really happened. And they invaded France and England, and it's very cool. And they're gonna. So I'm excited about, like, that was the best part of Skyrim, is when you did the Civil War quest line and you got to invade settlements and castles and stuff. So you'll get to do that on here, and each time you do it, you gain more generals and stuff like that, and you'll be able to build up your camp. So I'm very excited about that. And there's a power system, kind of like a reputation system or influence system, where you'll have to pick and choose which places to invade, I guess. Oh, sorry, I just ate. I should not have just eaten right before this. But I'm excited to see how the reputation power system will play into it. It'll probably make it where it's harder or easier to sack new castles and new settlements and stuff like that. And I obviously you'll be able to upgrade the outfits, so that's cool. But there's also these generals that you can, kind of like in Shadow of Mordor or Shadow of War, where they had this thing called the Nemesis system, where you'd meet these generals, and when you defeat them, you can either kill them or recruit them or let them go. And I don't know if this is necessarily the Nemesis system like that, because in that, like, you'd let them go and they would come back and you'd have to fight them again, and they'd be stronger and like based on the things you did. Or you could recruit them and have them, that's the part I like, you could recruit them and have them join your team, and I think that's what you could do here. But there's a new element where you can create custom generals, and you can make it where other people can recruit them. And I'm not sure how that's going to work, if you'll have to pay like microtransaction money or what. I mean, this is definitely an Ubisoft game, so they're going to have microtransactions out the ass, and they're going to, the reason I didn't like the last game, which was Odyssey, is they have all this extra stuff to keep you playing, but they had it set up where you could, like, they wanted you to pay extra for the level progression, so they made it harder. Unless you did every single side quest and discovered everything, it was hard to progress. Like, you'd have to, alright, for this mission you gotta sack this castle, but you're level 7, and all the dudes up in that castle are level 8, and there is no way you can defeat them unless you're level 8 or higher. And you can see the Let's Plays on my channel. Like, I got frustrated after a while, because I thought, okay, I don't buy microtransactions like as a principle, so I only pay the base price of a game, right? And I just got so frustrated that it's like, it's not even fun. I can't even play the game anymore. And so that's why I stopped. And hopefully this one will have less of that and more like aesthetic, what's the word? Not aesthetic, cosmetic microtransactions. That works for me. They do a lot of that in Fallout 76, and it doesn't bother me that much. Like, I like it. And hopefully it's not too bad. Look at this dude. I think that's more of a artist rendering. But they also brought back the let's see if I can get a wrist. There we go, wrist blade. Show a picture of it. Here it is. Well, here's a close-up. Yeah. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the original Assassin's Creed, so I don't really care about the wrist blade. But this is like OG Assassin's Creed stuff. I think the last time they had it was the one that had, it was like you play with your friends and it was a buggy mess. I don't remember what that was. Which one? Unity, I think. That was the one that was so bad that they were like, alright, they even stopped making Assassin's Creed every year because it was so bad. They went to like a every other year model. And so here it is. I mean, cool. I'm not going to play it stealth like that. I'm just going to play it like a regular RPG. That's what they did. Like, there's a reason Ubisoft doesn't do the stealth games anymore, and they're transitioning away from stealth in this. It's because they want that you know, that broad community appeal. They want everybody. They want the normies to play. So I'm very excited about that. We'll see how it goes. Is that all my yeah, I was just saying, I hope it's better than Odyssey. We'll see how it happens. Now, speaking of Fallout 76, I want to rant, or more praise, about Fallout 76. This game, the launch was flat out on its face. Like, it fell on its face. It was almost as bad or worse than the No Man's Sky. And you got to give them props. They made it better, just like No Man's Sky. Now, they're not there yet. They haven't had like the next update with No Man's Sky where it's like, it's totally good now. This game is still a buggy mess, and but what I'm trying to say is it is official. This game is worth playing now. It is with the newest Wastelanders update. They added NPCs, and because I play it solo, like I don't mind playing with people if they show up, but I don't play it like a game where I'm playing with other people. I play it like a solo Fallout game, and it's awesome. Right now I'm playing through the Wastelanders storyline, and I had to stop at a point because I thought, oh, I gotta stream this part. So I'm gonna, whenever I'm done with the ESO thing, I'll stream more of this. I'm kind of killing time in the game, doing like random events until I can stream that part because it's a good part. But like, now don't get it twisted. There's a lot of bugs. Okay, it's still laggy, but man, it is fun and I love it. And they also give you the the best way to do macrotransactions is obviously cosmetic. But also they did this in Red Dead Online where they have the currency you buy with real money is the gold bars, and they make it where you can earn them without buying, like with money. You earn them by playing it in game, but it's really slow. You get like 1 gold bar every so often. It's really slow, but it's possible, you know? And they have that in Fallout 76, but they recently had an update where they talked about how they're going to lower it. So that makes me sad because I like to use it in the atomic shop. Here's you see how you can like buy some things. Because I had the atoms built up, so I bought this cool mask. And like I said, I don't ever want to use real money to buy this stuff. But if I'm earning them in the game, even if it's slowly, that's cool. I do like to get little things here and there. And like, it really did give me enjoyment having that cool mask. But I would not have paid real money for it. No way. I only want to pay, like I said, the base price for the game. Even though technically for this game, I bought it when they had it on sale 50% off. Because this was like, what, like a year after it came out, and they were desperate for players. So what I'm trying to say, that's all I'm trying to say, is that this game is actually fun. And Jesus, I clear my throat so much before I start recording, and it always, I don't know why, And before that, my throat was fine. What is the deal? Oh yeah, I want to talk about how it feels like an actual survival mode. Like you have survival mode in Fallout 4 proper, but in this, your guns and stuff, they degrade kind of like Fallout 3, and you have to repair them. So there's actually like a legit reason to loot areas that you find. Like you find an old house, you want to look around and see if they have screws and stuff like that. It's so satisfying. I really like this game. And yeah, that's my rant for that's my rant. So let's go to this is a movie, not a game coming out. The Dark Knight Rises. It's almost like, how old is that movie now? Dark Knight Rises. Yeah. I think this movie itself is almost 10 years old. Jeez. I feel so old now. That it does not feel like that many. This is an 8-year-old movie. So I have the Blu-ray, or my dad has the Blu-ray of all 3 movies, like a bundle, and then I stole it from him. Don't tell him. I stole it because he wasn't watching it. He had it in the plastic wrap for like a year. I stole it, and I was watching it over the last week, like one at a time, in order, because I need that. I like that. I like Christopher Nolan movies, and it wasn't as good as I remember. I'm kind of sad. Like there was a lot of plot holes and mistakes in the movie that I don't remember seeing. And a lot of weird, like they have practical effects in it, because Christopher Nolan doesn't like to use a lot of CG, even though he uses a lot. He's more of a traditional filmmaker in that he tries to use as little as possible. Even though when Batman is in his flying ship, it's all CG, but whatever. I digress. I guess I'm just sad that it doesn't hold up as well as I remember. Like it does, but the other thing I want to talk about is Bane. Let's see if we can get a picture of Bane. Now this was a big deal. Alright, now here's a good... No, this is CG Bane. What is this from? Is this a game? I don't remember this. Oh, it's an action figure. That's why. Let's look at Bane. Now, don't get me wrong. He is buff, okay? But we've been spoiled on these roided out superheroes nowadays because he's not nearly as buff as I remember. I remember thinking, he's super jacked. And he was pretty meaty, but like, look, see, he's not as buff as you would think Bane, quote, would be, right? Like, still pretty big, but now let's compare that to, let me think, what's a newer, let's look at, Man of Steel. No shirt. We need like a buff version of him. Now maybe I'm wrong. He looks not that buff in this either. Maybe I'm thinking of Thor. I mean, he's pretty jacked though. And you compare it, like he's not as buff. Like how it's just weird how we get spoiled on these superheroes, and it brings up the thought of what's his name? Robert Pattinson. He's the new Batman, and there's a controversy because he said, no, I'm not going to work out and get all roided out for this movie. And his reasoning was, it's kind of like a negative image for young boys. And I would argue it's not necessarily negative, but it does influence young boys. They see that and think, oh, I got to be that buff. And yeah, I don't know. It's debatable if that's destructive or not. For me personally, that motivates me. Like when I see I'm thinking of The Rock. Here we go. The Rock. He's pretty buff too. Here, look at this. That's a Photoshop. Obviously, here we go. See, this is what we're used to now. And then you go back to, hold on. Let me go back to, Bane. We need a better... Now compare this to... Let's go back to that roided out picture of The Rock. Come on, Google. You can do it. This is what we're used to nowadays, but look at back. That was buff and roided out back then. You know, it's kind of crazy how things change. And I kind of like the idea of a Batman that's not super buff. I don't mind if he's not buff, as long as he's not bony. You know, maybe if he looks more like a swimmer, that's fine. Like, if I believe he can, you know, run around and fight, if he has a suit that enhances him, cool. That makes even more sense. We'll see. I don't know how it's going to turn out, the Batman, the one with Robert Pattinson, but, you know, we'll see. All right, what's my time? Where is the... 40 minutes, not bad, not bad. I was worried this would go way too long, but we're going through it pretty fast. So let's go away. There. This is a real bootleg episode. I didn't prepare at all. I usually have all my pictures set up. Alright, so we will go into the final... well, there's a final topic, and then there's a bonus topic. The headline topic, if you will, was the PS5 gameplay. Now, this is kind of also an update on the console wars. Well, it's more of a... Like, but the last episode I talked about the console wars where PlayStation is going for their exclusives, and they're going for that core gamer market still, and they're relying on the design of the PlayStation, saying it's more efficient. Apparently it is. Whereas Xbox is relying on the most beefy, gamer, powerful console you've ever had. Oh, Doritos, you know, Mountain Dew. And they're going for more powerful, more juice, and, you know, epic games that blow you away, because they don't have a lot of exclusives, okay? But they have a special weapon, I guess. They're playing the long game. They're going for more of the games as a service, like streaming. You know, xCloud is going to be the streaming one, and the Game Pass, and they're making it where you buy a game on Xbox One, and you also own it on their other system, the Series X, which is the new one coming out. And it's genius. They're basically saying, like, the lead guy, I don't know what his name is. What's his name? The guy who runs, I don't know his name, but he was saying that they're going for, we want, you know, we don't care what system you play, just join our ecosystem, join our services. And that, I think that might prove to make them, they might win. You know, we'll see. But PlayStation is no slouch. They are a juggernaut. And you got to remember, Xbox doesn't really have Halo. They have it. They got a new Halo coming out. But if it sucks, who cares? They don't really have Gears of War and anymore. And those were juggernauts of their exclusives, but they don't really have those. They're not helping them that much. And PlayStation has so many, like God of War and all that. But their secret weapon is that they're relying on, because it's a less powerful platform, they are relying on the design, where apparently it has like an SSD. They both have SSDs, but the way the architecture of the system of PS5 is like the SSD has a better architecture where it's closer to the RAM or something. basically you can do more stuff with it. And that brings me to this demo. This demo was very cool. It was well, at least they said it was. They said that it was run on a PlayStation. I don't know. We can't confirm it. But it looked pretty in-game. It wasn't a cutscene. It was clearly like a demo. And it had all this, like, obviously ray tracing, and they kept talking about like the way the triangles were. I don't know how the triangle thing works, but the revolutionary things they would, like, before, what you would do is you would put a model, like, let's say you have a car or a statue in the game, and then you'd have to, like, change different, I don't know the term, it's called, like, baking, or, LUTs or something, there's an L in it, where you have to design, at each lighting and each quality of playback and resolution, what does it look like? You know, if it's high quality graphics, you gotta have it look like this texture, and then if it's not, you know, if it's lower quality, you gotta have this texture, and they would bake in the lighting reflections, like, okay, it's gonna look like this. And with this, they have ray tracing, but they also have it where you can take a full model and just put it in the environment, and it just works. You know, you don't have to do those different levels. And it's revolutionary. It's basically going to make it where smaller teams can build the same level of detail. And it doesn't mean games are going to start, you know, you can't make a AAA game in your living room yet. But we're getting there, and it's gonna make games come out faster with smaller teams. Still, you know, you still need the large number of AAA size studios, but they'll be able to do it faster with the same amount of people, I guess. And that's what's very exciting. I almost want to show just a little bit. Unreal Engine 5 demo GIF. I want a GIF. That's right, I say GIF. No. Ooh, somebody texted me. Dang, once again, I forgot to share this while I'm streaming. I don't know if there's a point. It's going to be over now. Then you won't be able to see it when you click the link. Oh, by the way, follow us on Instagram at TemporarySpaceStudios. I gotta find a gameplay. I want to show it just a little bit. I don't want... Let's see. I have it muted, but we're going to mute it as well. I have my desktop muted. There we go. Yeah, we get it. Unreal, blah, blah, blah. Dude's talking. Here we go. This is them talking about the bump maps. I want to show when they're flying around, though. Oh, yeah, they also had, for the bats, they have, like, a better swarm technology. Like, when you have, like, bats or water and stuff like that. It's, like, particle technology. Where's the part where they're flying, though? That's the part I want. Yo, look at that. Everybody was saying that they can have... Alright, that's enough of that. They're saying that they can have a Superman game. Like, we're ready. I don't know about that. Just because she was flying. But it looks really cool. Now, mind you, this is a demo. Alright. It's going to be a while before we see a full game with all this stuff technology. Like, it'll probably be like 3 or 4 years. And it's also not going to look that good by the time it comes out. But this is a very, like, it really is a leap for graphics and game design and development, like workflows. I'm very excited. I want to see where this goes. I can't wait for the future of games. We're getting there. Like, they're getting no, that's not what I want. They're getting better and better and more realistic, and it's very exciting. We've kind of hit a plateau in terms of graphics and resolution, Like, it's going to get to where if it goes more than that, it'll, like, it won't be any better. But, like, now they're getting to the point where they can't really have higher resolution, but we can scale it. We can have larger worlds, you know, more textures, more variety of textures and stuff like that. So I'm very excited. Now that's all. Let's see the... Alright, now this is a bonus topic because the Ghost of Tsushima stuff came out while I was already about to do this podcast. Ghost of Tsushima. It looks awesome though. We might as well play a little clip. It looks so cool. I'll just click through it real quick. Now this is very polished gameplay, but gameplay nonetheless. Where's him like fighting? Now a lot of people alright, let's go back to a picture. Like I said, this is a bootleg episode. I didn't have my pictures ready. I just started streaming. But this game, it's by Sucker Punch. They did what's that game? The game with the guy who has electricity, Infamous. And they've done a few other ones, and this game has been talked about for years, this Tsushima, and it's finally coming out. A lot of people said it looks like Assassin's Creed, but like in feudal Japan. And my reaction was like, yes, I'll play that. And you can be, but it's almost more like OG Assassin's Creed. You can be stealthy. You can be, you don't have to be. I'm not going to play it very stealthy. I want to be a badass samurai. And they have these cool, they have different like filters where, because they're big fans of samurai movies. So they made it where you can have like a black and white filter, and you can have the Japanese subtitle, or it's in Japanese, but you can have the Japanese voice dub with subtitles. And man, I can't wait to play this game. I hope it comes out on PS4. It's clearly a PS5 title, but we'll see how it goes. If it like totally sucks on PS4, I'll have to wait till I buy a PS5. But man, this game looks awesome. I just wanted to bring the game up. Did I cover that? Yeah, I covered all the topics. What's my time? Let me see. Wow, we're under an hour. Hell yeah. Well, that's about it for me. Let's see. Let me get rid of the screen so you don't see that. We'll go to... Alright. Thank you for watching. If you want to subscribe to our channel, that would be awesome. I'm trying to get to 200 subscribers so I can live stream Detroit Become Human. I'm going to do a 10-hour live stream to celebrate that. You can follow us on Instagram at TemporarySpaceStudios. Or if you really want to support us, you can buy our merch at letuswearclothing.com. We have a hoodie and some shirts. I'm going to add a new shirt at some point. I'm also we have a Facebook page at TemporarySpaceStudios. And I'm on Twitter more these days. That's at LettuceGym. All these links are in the description. I'm trying to get Twitter to remove this other profile that has Jim Lettuce as their handle, so I can change mine to Jim Lettuce. That's what I really want. So we'll see. I say Twitter just because I've been doing Twitter a lot more lately. I'm starting to use it, like actually use it. So we'll see if I get it changed. But yeah, anyways, follow us, subscribe. I'm going to do another gaming video tomorrow. I upload Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 3 for now. I have to go back to work next week. So it might go down to like once a week or something. But either way, if you like, Let's Plays, vlogs, podcasts, we have shows and movies, short movies for now. We're going to have feature ones eventually. We have the show Gunrunners. It's a comedy about these guys that work at a weapons manufacturing plant. That's like our hit show right now. You can here, I'll show it to you. Temporary space. Let's see if that comes up when I Google it. There we go. Boom! Top of the list, y'all. If you do slash TemporarySpaceStudios, like, it works. I don't know why it does the other one. What? Yeah, it does. Hold on. Maybe you have to do the... oh, it's because temporary... There we go. I was about to get mad. But anyways, usually it has our newest videos up here. But I'm going to promote Gunrunners some more when we have a new episode. This is the show. We have 3 episodes. It's created by Jesse, my buddy. He's the creator, so check that out. But yeah, thank you for watching. Let me do my outro music. Hold the phone. Get rid of the waiting music. There you go. Thanks for watching. Well, hold on. Thank you for watching. Again, please subscribe. I'm Jim Lettuce. Drive safe and shit.